Welcome back to Unlicensed and Unbothered. I'm Diva,
And I'm Nuha.
and Arnav is back with us today. So, Monday, right, we spoke about overthinking and the pressure to perform, and today we're going to dig even deeper.
Exactly. So today is basically us just psychoanalyzing Arnav. So good luck to you. And we're just going to be talking about men being intimidated to approach women, the fear of screwing up, and trying to understand the female mind just a little bit better.
Thanks for having me back. Monday was great, but I feel like today's the one where you two are really gonna call me out.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's the plan, really. But we're not going to be just calling you out. We're also just giving advice, right, to you and honestly, just to men in general.
Yeah. So before we start, I should mention that, guys, I didn't anticipate getting sick, but unfortunately, I am sick. So I'm just gonna let Diva take the reins on most of the speaking today, but I'll still be like questioning Arnav, but not as much as I will. Does that make sense? But
Yeah.
yeah, let's get to it.
Okay. First, I want to talk about just the intimidated by like approaching women part, right? So when you see a woman you like, right, what's scarier? Actually walking up to her or imagining all the ways it could go wrong before you even, I don't know, make a move?
Honestly, I think like thinking about what could go wrong is definitely the scariest thing because there's so many things that can go wrong. But when you actually walk up to it, it definitely eases up a lot, and the whole like situation just becomes a lot easier to like handle. And honestly, walking up to it is definitely the easiest part out of the whole situation.
That's surprising because I know
Yeah.
in like for some women, like I'd say me, the thing that makes me the most nervous is like going up to the person, but then when I'm there, I'm fine. I'll make conversation, I'm not awkward, but then, walking up and taking that first step, that's what kind of makes me nervous.
Yeah,
But that's
we
cool.
have to hype ourselves up and like,
Mm,
oh, let's just go talk to him. But then when we're there, it's
nice.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, Arnav, be honest. Do you picture rejection as maybe soul crushing? Or is it just the embarrassment of other people seeing you fail that kind of hits harder?
Honestly, I don't think it's either, to be honest. I think it's more of a learning curve when you do get
Okay.
rejected, and it's just like ways to improve yourself. And sometimes just the vibe doesn't match with the other person, so it's all right. But even if you get rejected, the most positive approach is to take the learnings out of it.
Okay,
Okay.
I like that. I like that. You're not kind of like letting it influence you negatively. I know like a lot of people when they get rejected or like, any form of rejection, not just romantically, it kind of puts them down and it's like, oh, I'm not going to try again. But I like the fact that you use it to just be better and, do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Do you think men expect themselves to be perfect in those moments? Like, oh, you can't trip over words or seem nervous, while women just honestly care if you're just genuine, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think it matters like to be perfect. As long as you seem like a nice person and you're approachable and you kind of match the other person's vibe, I think it's fine. Of course, there's like a certain degree to it, but yeah, it's not like you don't have to be perfect, but you still have to be above like a certain threshold.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. I like the fact that you believe that, you know, they can just be natural, because I personally, from like a woman's perspective, if a man's like a little flustered or, I think it's cute. I think that um if a guy's like, oh, well, it's nice. It shows me that he's actually interested and he's not just doing it for shits and gigs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Um, So, okay, do you think that guys hype each other up to shoot their shots? Or do you think your mates secretly hope that you bottle it up so they kind of don't need to try either?
Um, Honestly, with men, they, especially your friends, they will try to hype you up as much as possible. They'll be your wingmans and everything, especially if they know that the person you're trying to like approach is someone that you like. So yeah, they'll secretly like they don't hope that you bottle it. They just want you to do your best,
I like
basically.
that. I like that. I
Oh,
like the
that's
fact that they're
actually so
supportive.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so sweet. Okay, so Arnav, you mentioned about Steve and I that you were afraid of kind of screwing up. So, what's the mistake that scares you the most? Is it maybe saying something awkward, running out of things to say, or like giving off the wrong vibe altogether?
For me, I think it depends on the situation. So saying something dumb, I don't think is like the end of the world, but like giving off the wrong vibe is definitely the worst out of the three. Because if they don't match your vibe, it's really hard to keep the conversation going, and it's really hard to just connect with the person. Whereas running out of things, I think it's fine because like it also marks the end of a conversation. There's only so much that you can speak about.
I feel like when you run out of things to say, maybe it's just not the right person for you. I mean, this might be a bit like of a niche take, right? But when I'm into someone, I'm also like extremely chatty. I don't shut the fuck up. But when I like the person, I can speak to them for hours. Like hours and hours and hours, and I can blabber about absolutely anything. But that could just be my take. But I don't know. So that for me is like end of conversation, end of yeah, this isn't gonna really work out. But I feel like sometimes when you say something that's stupid, it matters on what you say, right? Maybe it's just, what if you say something stupid but it's cute?
Yeah,
So
like a stupid joke or something.
yeah, I mean, it also matters on like,
Yeah,
but I think when it's like your first conversation, for example, maybe you saying something bit stupid, kind of, that's fine because it kind of helps you assess your situation with them. And if
it
they can,
also eases up the conversation. It's like
yeah,
it's not very serious at that point.
yeah. Okay. So, do you ever feel like men don't even try because the fear of messing up is bigger than the chance of it going right?
I think in certain cases, yeah, especially if you've known the person for a long time and they're like a close friend, then the chance of you messing up is a lot higher. So we'd rather just not do it. Whereas if it's just someone that you've just met, then you don't really have anything to lose. So you kind of just say, well, yeah, let's just do it. I'm just gonna ask her out.
Okay. This one's a bit right. Okay. What is the biggest mystery about women to you? Like the one thing that you wish you could just get a clear answer on and just like, just know.
Um, this is a really hard question.
I know.
I don't think it's just like one point. It's more like
Is there
like
is there anything in particular maybe?
yeah, like maybe for me it would be like a clear understanding of whether they like me or not, or like what they think about me, but in like a more clear regard. Like I don't want like mixed signals or games, I guess.
Okay, well, what right. But what if the girl's like a bit, I don't know, shy, or she's a bit like scared? Just like how when you're like, oh, I'm a bit like intimidated to approach the guy. What if,
Yeah.
those mixed signals that you don't want are actually just ways of her telling you that she's into you? But,
I mean, I've never thought of it like that. So yeah, I guess that's an
yeah.
interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, you might think of it as something that's like, annoying or like too much, but maybe that's just like her way of showing it to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Nuha, do you have a question for him?
Wait, I actually do. but it's kind
Okay.
of linked to what you said. But do you think men like overcomplicate women? Like, do you think we assume like we're just? Do you think you assume we're playing mind games when really it's just simpler than that?
Yeah, like literally what I just said. Like, do you overcomplicate it?
I think for me, I do overcomplicate it. I do overthink a lot of what's going on. And I guess this is like not just a problem to me, but like to most men. But I do overthink a lot, and I do try to like hyperanalyze whatever's like going on around me, I guess. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. You say that you like, clear things, but do you think that how do I phrase this? Hmm. Okay, you know what? We'll go back to that. But okay, let me test you a little bit, right? So, what do you think women value more, right, from a male's perspective? Consistency, effort, or looks? Pick one and defend it, I suppose.
okay. Um, I would say effort. And
Mm,
the reason I say effort is because you can have the good looks, you can be consistent, but if you're not putting in the effort to keep a relationship going, then what's the point of the relationship? Like, if you can't maintain the effort and the standard of the relationship, I don't think there's a point of continuing the relationship.
mm. I agree. Because I feel like a lot of the times, like women don't really care for superficial things. Like some women probably, they like surface level shit. But I'd say most women, they always want a little more. And if a man truly wants her, he'll all see. One thing that I heard, like that, when I spoke to a friend of mine, this was a while ago, he told me one thing, which is if a man likes a woman, like truly likes her, truly loves her, he will move mountains for her. And I genuinely believe that if the right man is interested in you, he will do anything for you. Am I right or am I right?
I think you're quite right.
Yeah. I mean, like when he truly wants you and he truly loves you, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop him. But okay, here's one for fun before we continue, right? What's your biggest ick in a woman? And do you think women's icks are harsher, like instant deal breakers compared to like men's?
I don't really have like a bigger stake. I think it just kind of depends on the situation and like the person you're talking to. Like you might not like one aspect of them, but like the pros might outweigh the cons in a certain scenario. So it's not really like an ick, but it's just something negative.
But you didn't
And
say what's negative.
I don't
Do you not have it? Okay.
no, I don't have an ick.
Okay. I like your viewpoint, but do you think women's icks, like when a woman finds something unattractive, do you think it's harsher, like instant deal breakers compared to a man's? Like, do you think if they see something they don't like, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm done. And men would rather be like, kind of work around it. Or do you think it's not that?
I don't think it's like that. I think again, it just depends on the person. It's like I'm sure some women do have instant deal breakers and like just things that they just instantly don't like. But there are definitely pros and cons to everything. You can't have a perfect being.
Okay. Okay. I get you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's an interesting take. But guys, I feel like today we really got into the dating side of things. And honestly, it's it's really refreshing hearing a guy admit how intimidating it can be.
Yeah, no, literally, it shows that half the stuff men stress about, women kind of like they don't even notice. We literally, I think we just want like effort and honesty and just like the feeling of like being wanted and like appreciate like things that a man would want too, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think with like men, we also just want to be wanted and just for it to be easy. It's intimidating to talk to women, of course, but at the end of the day, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Before I continue, I just want to add the fact that I think a lot of, men and women, we kind of separate each like each other so much that we forget that, like, we're all kind of just human at the end of the day, and we all, most people, I'm not going to generalize, but most people, we just want to be loved and kind of just made, like, we just want to feel good, feel nice. Yeah, and I feel like, especially Noah and I have spoken about this, but in the coming year, in like the recent years and stuff, the fact that a lot of people have kind of made relationships so much more than they just need to be, where it's just, calm and nice and just pleasant, and they've made it into like, oh, has he texted me now? Okay, let me wait 5 hours. Let me do this. Oh, but what about this? Oh, this is a red flag. Oh, I can't deal with this. There's just so much to it. But okay. For everyone listening, we've got a few questions for you, okay? What's the one thing you wish the opposite gender understood about dating?
Yeah, for the guys who are listening, when was the last time you were too scared to maybe shoot your shot? And what exactly stopped you?
And for the girls, what's the best or worst way someone's ever approached you?
I can think of some answers for that. But yeah, send us your answers. Don't be afraid. We would love to read them on our little segment called You Asked for This. But if you don't want to, that's okay. But Arnav, thank you again and for like joining in on our podcast. And thank you guys for tuning in.
That's it for Wednesday, guys. We'll see you on Friday for Am I the Drama?
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Mwah.